So it's been a crazy week since the court rulings. Just how impactful was that on the process ahead of camp?
Not too impactful. It was like a red light that almost turned green, but it didn't turn green yet. It may turn green by the time we make it back to the office, so who knows.
So Bryan, obviously in the secondary, you have like a really almost new cast of characters compared to last year. Do you feel that in the spring, all the acclimation, all the learning curve is kind of out of the way when you see them first day here in fall camp?
I would say a majority of the learning curve is out of the way, but I feel like chemistry is a focus now. I mean, you can have potentially in some scenarios 20 new starters for this team. So, I mean, it's a lot of depth on this roster and really just see how this recipe develops over these next couple of weeks.
The competition seems like it should be pretty intense for spots. What does that do in camp for a team?
It makes it easier to coach when you have guys vying for positions and whatnot. And, you know, I was just telling Caleb Chester towards the end of practice, you know, that monkey almost jumped on his back. And I was like, hey, you need to finish every single practice. Don't give anybody the opportunity to take reps from you.
How do you feel like Coach Dillingham was talking about how you're bringing a lot more ideas to the table about how to run practice and that sort of thing now that you're in the new role. Is there any example of things that you guys have implemented?
You'll see some stuff in the future, but I mean, Kenny's just an unbelievable coach that keeps like an open door policy. You know, I've been knowing Kenny for over a numerous years, so a lot of the times it's playing devil's advocates, it's thinking about different types of scenarios and how we can play it out. But I mean, with how college football is ever evolving, you just have to have hypothetical conversations, and Dilly's the perfect match for that.
How do you feel like this team maximized the summer period, and where do you feel like this squad is at, physicality-wise and culture-wise?
Yeah, physicality we'll see in a couple of days when we put the pads on, but from a culture standpoint, from an athletic standpoint, I feel like Coach Conley's done an unbelievable job with this team. So from top to bottom, I do feel like this is our most athletic team that we've had, you know, and going into year 4, it should be that way. We should feel this way. So definitely confident with what we have underneath, you know, our program now.
You mentioned obviously chemistry, and that takes time, but I mean, from the guys that were here in spring in the competition, just from what you saw today, how do you feel that they built off what they built in the spring to start camp?
Yeah, I feel like they built a lot on the foundation of what we installed, because we don't have to necessarily go back and reteach certain things. The benefit of last year, we were returning a lot of players that were starting, but for these guys to buy in, I'll just give one example. During fall camp, we make all the newcomers come in and sing the fight song. You should have saw, you know, the hit rate of this fight song in previous years. But for this year, with all the transfers singing the fight song, it's actually been spectacular in comparison to previous years. I mean, Ashton Stamps got in front of the entire team and killed the fight song his very first attempt. And in previous years, guys had to get up in front of the team 5, 6, 7, 8 times. So that's something that's also just showcasing that our culture is infectious, to where not just the coaches are instilling it, it's the players kind of passing the torch amongst each other.
What have been your impressions of the growth that Rodney's just made from his first fall camp to now this one?
Yeah, Rodney's a lot more mature. He's trying to leave it out on the field. He really knows that he has 12 opportunities to put it on the field. And playing cornerback, you know, it's not good until it's the end of the season. You can have 6 good weeks, and then it can fall off a cliff for the next 6 weeks. So Rodney's locked in. I believe that the example that Keith Abney gave him last year really gave him kind of tunnel vision. So we're seeing a more mature version of Rodney Bennett.
Thanks, BC.
Thanks, Bryan.
Cool. Thanks,
Appreciate you guys. All right.